The mouse and the moonlight crown. Gather close, children, and let your eyelids grow heavy. Tonight's tale is about a little mouse who once wished for something far greater than her size, and how the moon herself answered that wish. For in the stillness of the night, even the smallest voices can reach the heavens. Long ago, in a quiet meadow where wildflowers swayed and fireflies danced like sparks, there lived a mouse named Luma. She was not stronger than the field mice who could carry grains twice their size, nor swifter than those who darted like arrows. Instead, she was thoughtful and curious, always gazing at the sky when others burrowed underground. Every night, Luma would creep out of her tiny den and sit upon a smooth stone, her whiskers twitching, her round eyes wide. She watched the moon climb into the heavens, silver and serene, and whisper her secrets to the stars. "Oh, beautiful moon," Luma would sigh, "how I wish I could be like you." So bright, so high, so admired by all. The owls hooted from their trees. "Silly mouse, the moon belongs to the sky, not the meadow." The fox laughed as he slinked by. "Better to keep your paws on the ground, little dreamer." Even the rabbits shook their ears. "Why look up so much? Seeds and roots are all we need." But Luma's heart did not let go of her dream. One summer's night, when the air was cool and the river shone like liquid silver, something marvelous happened. The moon, round and radiant, dipped lower than ever before, so close that its glow brushed the meadow. From that light, a shimmering crown appeared, delicate as frost, yet glowing with gentle power. It floated down, landing right before Luma's stone. The little mouse squeaked in wonder. The crown was woven from threads of moonlight itself, tiny stars twinkling at its tips. And then, as soft as a lullaby, the moon spoke. "Little dreamer, I have heard your whispers. You look upon me each night with eyes of wonder, and so I gift you this moonlight crown. But remember, such gifts are not for pride, but for purpose. Wear it well, and let its light guide not only you, but those around you." Before Luma could squeak a reply, the crown settled gently on her head. She felt a warmth spread through her tiny body, filling her with courage she had never known. The next morning, the meadow stirred in surprise. The sparrows fluttered about, chirping, "The mouse glows." The butterflies whispered, "Her head is crowned with light." Even the fox paused in his stalking, blinking at the radiance. At first, the animals laughed. "What use has a mouse for a crown?" The owl scoffed. "Can she rule the trees?" "She is still small," the rabbit muttered. "A crown does not change her size." But when night fell again and shadows thickened, the crown shone like a lantern. Creatures who feared the dark crickets, moths, even young rabbits gathered around Luma, comforted by her glow. She led them safely across fields, guided them through brambles, and showed them hidden food stores glimmering in her light. Word spread quickly. The mouse with the moonlight crown can find paths even in the darkest night. The mouse with the crown helps those in need. The mouse is no longer just small, she is a light for all. One evening, a terrible storm swept the meadow. Rain poured like falling rivers, and winds bent the tall grasses flat. Burrows flooded, nests toppled, and many animals huddled in fear. In the chaos, a cry rang out. Some rabbit kids had been swept into the rushing stream. The larger animals panicked. The deer could not reach the narrow banks. The owl could not swoop in the heavy rain. Even the fox, usually so clever, hesitated at the wild waters. But Luma, with her crown shining bright despite the storm, scurried to the edge. "Hold on," she squeaked. Her tiny paws carried her swiftly along the bank, her light cutting through the sheets of rain. She spotted the frightened kits clinging to reeds, their eyes wide with terror. Without thinking of her size, Luma leapt into the flood. The current tugged at her, but her courage held firm. She reached the kits and guided them toward a fallen branch, glowing like a beacon. Step by step, bite by bite, she helped them climb, until the rabbits were safe upon the shore. The meadow erupted in cheers. Mouse, save them, cried the sparrows. The mouse with the crown is braver than any of us, said the deer. The fox, silent for once, lowered his head in respect. From that night on, no one doubted Luma's worth. Seasons passed, and Luma's light guided many through dangers lost birds during migration. Bees caught in sudden storms, even the old tortoise who could not find his way back to his burrow. Each time she asked for nothing in return, only smiling softly. Yet one day, the crown grew dim. Luma panicked. "Moon, why is the light fading?" That night, the moon's gentle voice answered, "Little one, the crown's light is not endless. It shines as long as you use it with kindness. When it dims, it means your heart doubts itself." Luma realized she had grown afraid that without the crown, she was nothing. But the moon whispered, "The crown did not make you brave, dear mouse. It only revealed what was already within you." Her tiny heart swelled. She had faced storms, floods, and fear itself, not because of the crown, but because she cared. The next day, she walked the meadow without fear, her steps sure, her eyes bright. And then, as if answering her courage, the crown shone once more fainter than before, yet steady, for its glow was now bound to her spirit, not her head. And so, children, the mouse who once gazed longingly at the moon became a light for her whole meadow. The animals remembered her not just for her crown, but for her heart that never gave up. And sometimes, when the moon is full and silver, you may see a faint little glow darting in the grass below. That is Luma's legacy, reminding us all that even the smallest can shine like the stars. Moral: true strength is not in size or crowns, but in kindness and courage. Even the tiniest heart can light the darkest night when it shines with love.